Khagan or Khagan is a title in the Mongolian language equal to the status of emperor and used to refer to someone who rules a Khaganate or empire. The title was adopted by Ogedei Khan from the Turkic title Khagan. It may also be translated as Khan of Khans, equivalent to King of Kings. Since the division of the Mongol Empire, emperors of the Yuan dynasty held the title of Khagan and their successors in Mongolia continued to have the title. Khagan is a common Turkish name in Turkey. The common Western rendering as Great Khan, notably in the case of the Mongol Empire, is translation of Yeka Khagan. Origin. The title was first seen in a speech between 283 and 289, when the Jabei chief Tuyuhun tried to escape from his younger stepbrother Muronghui, and began his route from the Liaodong Peninsula to the areas of Ordos Desert. In the speech, one of the Murong's general named Yinlu addressed him as Khagan. Some sources suggest that Tuyuhun might also have used the title after settling at Qinghai Lake in the 3rd century. The Rouran Khaganate was the first people to use the titles Khagan and Khan for their emperors, replacing the Chani of the Xiongnu, whom Bruset and others assumed to be Turkic. However, many scholars believe the Rouran were Proto-Mongols. The Avar Khaganate, who may have included Rouran elements after the Gokturks crushed the Rouran ruling Mongolia, also used this title. The Avars invaded Europe, and for over a century ruled the Carpathian region. Westerners Latinized the title Khagan into Gaganis, or Khagan a Ugaro Principibus Hunorum. Mongol Khagans. The Secret History of the Mongols, written for that very dynasty, clearly distinguishes Khagan and Khan. Only Genghis Khan and his ruling descendants are called Khagan, while other rulers are referred to as Khan. Khagan or Khan refers to emperor or king in the Mongolian language. However, Yeka Khagan means Great Khagan or Grand Emperor. The Mongol Empire began to politically split with the Toluid Civil War in 1260–1264 and the death of Kublai Khan in 1294, but the term Ikh Khagan was still used by the emperors of the Yuan dynasty, who assumed the role of Emperor of China, and after the fall of the Yuan in China it continued to be used during the Northern Yuan dynasty in Mongolia homeland. Thus, the Yuan is sometimes referred to as the Empire of the Great Khan, coexisting with the independent Mongol Khanates in the west, including the Chagatai Khanate and Golden Horde. Only the Ilkhanate truly recognized the Yuan's overlordship as allies. Because Kublai founded the Yuan, the members of the other branches of the Borjigin could take part in the election of a new Khagan as the supporters of one or other of the contestants. But they could not enter the contest as candidates themselves. Later Yuan emperors made peace with the 3 western Khanates of the Mongol Empire and were considered as their nominal suzerain. The nominal supremacy, while based on nothing like the same foundations as that of the earlier Khagans, did last for a few decades, until the Yuan dynasty fell in China. After the breakdown of Mongol Empire and the fall of the Yuan dynasty in the mid-14th century, the Mongols turned into a political turmoil. Dayan Khan once revived emperor's authority and recovered its reputation in Mongolia. But with the distribution of his empire among his sons and relatives, his fiefs it again caused decentralized rule. The last Khagan of the Chahars, Ligadang Khan, died in 1634 while fighting the Qing dynasty founded by the Manchu people. In contemporary Mongolian language, the word Khan and Khan have different meanings. While English language usually does not differentiate between them, the title is also used as a generic term for a king or emperor, as in, the early Khagans of the Mongol Empire were Genghis Khan, Ogedei Khan, Gyu Khan, Monka Khan. Among Turkic peoples, the title became associated with the Ashina ruling clan of the Gokturks and the dynastic successors among such peoples as the Khazars. Minor rulers were rather relegated to the lower title of Khan. both Khagan as such and the Turkish form Hakan, with the specification in Arabic al-Bahrain wa al-Bahrain, or rather fully in Ottoman Turkish Hakan al-Bahrain vel-Bahrain, were among the titles in the official full style of the great Sultan of the Ottoman Empire, reflecting the historical legitimation of the dynasty's rule as political successor to various conquered states. Chinese Khagans. Emperor Taizong of Tang was crowned Tian Khagan, or Heavenly Khagan, after defeating the Tuju. A later letter sent by the Tang court to the Yenisei Kyrgyz Khan explained that the peoples of the northwest had requested Tang Taizong to become their Heavenly Khan. The Tang dynasty Chinese emperors were recognized as Khagans of the Turks from 665 to 705. However, we have two appeal letters from the Turkic hybrid rulers, Ashina Kwalu Gamma Tuntadu in 727, the Yabgu of Tokaristan, and Yena Tudunkul in 741. The king of Tashkent, addressing Emperor Shanzong of Tang as Tian Khagan during the Umayyad expansion among the Norsemen and Slavs. In the early 10th century, the Rus people employed the title of Khagan, reported by the Persian geographer Ahmad ibn Rustar, who wrote between 903 and 913. It is believed that the tradition endured in the 11th century, as the Metropolitan Bishop of Kiev in the Ukraine, Hilarion of Kiev, calls both Grand Prince Vladimir I of Kiev and Grand Prince Yaroslav the Wise by the title of Khagan, while a graffito on the walls of St. Sophia's Cathedral gives the same title to the son of Yaroslav, Grand Prince Sviatoslav II of Kiev.